What is up, everybody? It's Mike over here at Mike's Custom Works, and I am in Growtopia. It's a Growtopia video, and I want to show you a new tank top I just got. Man, I like the farm. Yes, it's a funny play on words. But really what this video is about is the tomato trellis that I did. Now, I watch a lot of James Pigioni, the gardening channel on YouTube, and he's actually really helped me actually fine-tune a lot of the stuff that I've been doing wrong on why certain things aren't going the way they're supposed to be going, and also why a lot of times like my tomato plants kind of look a little bit droopy. And once I put the mulch on top of them and it kept the soil nice and moist below, oh my god, it's night and day. So we're going to run through a couple things, and then we're going to run through the building of it and a lot of the issues I actually did run into. So let's get to that. So first off, we moved a lot of stuff outside. So you can see there's 1, 2, and 3. These 3 tomato plants were growing off of a slice. So that means literally I took a tomato, we sliced it, it has a bunch of seeds, and we stuck it in the soil. Hence the reason why a lot of these guys down here have a lot of offshoots. These are the offshoots here, all these stems. So with that being said, it makes it a lot harder to put it on a trellis situation. Next year, we're not doing that. Here's another one as well. This was another offshoot one. Of course, I had a lot of this going on here. Remember, I had the plywood that I was putting down back here. That was a great idea for a little bit because it was nice. I could walk on it barefoot. The problem is that these guys were outgrowing their location. Over on the other side, we have another plant that is a zucchini plant that was actually started off in the greenhouse. Now, everything from here on out... Oh, look, we got a ladybug. An orange ladybug. I don't want you to eat the leaves there, buddy. Just gonna take you and go somewhere else. This is our zucchini. Now, this zucchini down here was actually planted from a seed. So that's really cool. And so is the pepper over here. Now, I'm guessing that these guys are, like I had stated a while ago, these are sunflowers, being that the tags for them had disappeared. So that was an issue. But everything else that we got here growing on this whole section here, which is 24 feet long, not including the corn in the background. The background is the sweet corn. The sweet corn is obviously growing from seed as well. It was all seed that I had planted, and then I transplanted them outside. They're doing good. They're actually doing better with the mulch, because with corn loves a lot of water. So the problem with corn being a water-loving plant, you have to make sure that there is actually mulch around it, and it's getting watered a lot. So everything that we have here, we got tomato, a tomato. We actually got some regular basil. We got some Thai basil, which is nice. It's a little spicier. Regular tomato plant. This guy that's over here is a yellow plum. Over here we have a Cherokee purple tomato. Over here we've got a black creme tomato. We have a beet that we just put in here yesterday. We have another another basil going over here. This is another tomato plant. As you can see, I got the tomato clips. It's almost ready for another one. We have a radish going down here, another tomato slice type of tomato. We have a beet. We transferred it yesterday from the greenhouse. You can see it's a little wilting, but after a couple days it should be fine. Another just tomato slice, a tomato slice, another tomato slice, another tomato slice. With those ones, what I did is I took the tomato seeds from the slice so that it wouldn't grow into the masters. Oh my god, it's getting hot out here right now. So every time I come out here, we got an Amish paste tomato, which is this guy here, waiting for him to grow a little bit more before we put him on the string. We got another black creme over here. Down here we have another radish. Over here we have a green zebra tomato. And over here we have a yellow plum tomato and another mystery plant, which is probably a sunflower. I'm getting hot already. So as you guys can see, the whole operation that's going on here, this went through a couple stages of what I like to call is trial and error stupidity. So originally when I the way that James was doing his, and he did a 12-footer. So I decided to go above and beyond and do a 24-footer. Now, of course, the only option I have is using my Army truck, because my Army truck has an 8-foot bed while my red Chevy has a 6-foot bed. I could have used my Ram, but my Ram needs a battery in it. So obviously I love driving my Army truck. So on a Saturday morning, I went out and got lumbered. With that being said, I did not, at the time I was awake on Saturday morning, when I left my house at about 5:30 in the morning to get to Home Depot by 6, I wasn't fully awake. I had half a cup of coffee in me, and I decided to do the most stupidest thing ever, was not follow my list. What does that mean? Well, as you can see, everything is a 2x4. Okay, so right now it's a 2x4. We got 1x1s here. We have the 1x1s running down the center. The reason why we have them running down the center is for the strings. The strings you can get off of Amazon. They are great. The price on them, I can't remember. I will put the link in the description below. The same thing with the hooks. They're on top. I like those hooks better because they got a latch on them, so that when you actually slip them on, they actually stay on versus falling off in case it gets windy. Got to remember, I'm in zone 7A. I'm going to put that in the video in the beginning as well. And with the winds out here, you want to make sure that this isn't moving at all. So if I grab it right now and move it a little bit back and forth, just shaking it, it barely moves. It's moving, but not like it used to. And if I go back and forth, pushing against it, it's solid. So it's got a little wiggle on the side, but nothing that like it was before. What it was like before was originally I had built the whole bottom structure. So the whole bottom structure is 3 foot across, all the way down, and there's 12 foot sections. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 12-footers that are 2x4s. This is where things get more interesting. Originally, because I was lazy, I had bought the 1x1 by 8-footers, which are what these guys are. And these guys are meant to run down the side so that when you drop the string down, you tie the string to there and not to the tomato plant. The reason why is because with the tomato loops or holders on them, you want the tomato to kind of sit there and hold still to the string, but you don't want it to be restricted so that in the wind it can flex. So if you tie it to the wood and set it to the plant, if you tie it to the plant and the wind comes hard and hits it, it might rip the plant out of the ground. At least with that, it will let it kind of bounce back and forth. And that was what I picked up from James Pigiloni. I'm like running out of saliva here. I'm trying to talk quick because now the sun decided to come and beat me again. So I didn't have enough lumber because I wasn't paying attention. So I bought a bunch of bundles of these guys here. I'm going to go run down that price list with you guys because I got the receipts in my pocket. So I had those sitting up as 8 foot. So there are 8-footers that are going across the 12-footers. And as you can see, they got double brackets now. Originally, they had a single bracket on here. And on 2 days ago, I decided to redo it in a nice hot 90-degree day while dying of heat, and decided it's time to reinforce this thing because it was just not. The bottom of it was reinforced nice. The top was nice, but the center was doing one of these, which kind of scared me because we get hurricane winds from time to time, and I want this thing to be year-round. We also coated every piece of wood that's out here in the linseed oil as well. Why linseed oil? Obviously, all the wood is non-treated. You don't want treated wood in your garden. You don't want those chemicals actually